Have you ever thought that a mouse-infested cave could hide a comic book? Even if the text is in English, it's truly a secret treasure. Ter tucked the treasure at his waist, then he and Lambert escaped from the mysterious cave. Before departing, Ter told Lambert mysteriously that the cave was their top secret not to be shared. Then, they began a detective mission to find out who had slept here mysteriously. So, the two friends laughed and ran home, leaving names at the cave, like joining a lively party. Ter lies in a little Dutch town, completely surrounded by German troops. These troops act like robbers, constantly looting residents, and Ter is used to it. Besides his parents, Ter has a brother, a sister, and a grandma who is often a bit spacey, making his life feel like a lively family drama. At meals, his parents led family prayers, hoping war would zoom by. For Ter, it seemed irrelevant. The town faced a wild storm that night. Relentless rain echoed with bombers. Panicking residents fled like startled birds. Ter's family rushed into the mayor's shelter, and the mayor's son was Ter's friend, Lambert. Even though the shelter was shaking, the townsfolk were immune to it. All outside sounded like a wild party, and the two best friends just laughed even harder. After the array ended, residents thanked the mayor, who invited Ter's dad over for a little quality time. After all, the two kids were really tight, but Ter's dad politely declined, retreating to the safety of home. That night, when Ter got home, he accidentally overheard his parents chatting excitedly, almost like they were discussing a scandal. Turned out, Lambert's dad was chummy with the Germans, which is why they turned down the mayor's invite. Ter filed the secret away in his mind. Subtitles. Next day, Ter and Lambert went to school laughing like racers. Lambert told Ter that his dad wanted him to join the Hitler Youth, but he had no clue what that was about. Ter's reaction was, "That sounds kinda fun." He even started imitating the marching style of youth groups, drawing curious looks from the townsfolk, almost like they were watching a comedy skit. At school, they played marbles together. Ter role-played with sticks and called enemies Germans. Such jokes earned them a stern talking to from the teacher, who seemed eager to give them a little political lesson. That day, a new student joined the class, Matchai, a distant niece of the Hertman family. Being new, she tended to look rather lonely. She didn't play with the other kids or talk, but kind-hearted Lambert took the initiative to chat her up, truly a little social butterfly. When Matchai finally found her first friend in a strange place, Ter felt a little pang of jealousy, as he also wanted to be friends with her. Back home, his dad discovered the comic Ter found in the cave. Learning about his visit, his parents were furious, as if the cave was a no-go zone. So, after school that day, Ter planned another outing to the cave with Lambert, just as Matchai popped up from behind them. He asked Lambert what the plan for the afternoon was, and Lambert blurted out they were heading to their secret base. Ter quickly reminded him that was a sacred secret. Matchai was keenly interested in this mystical site. While Ter was a bit reluctant, he eventually gave enough to Lambert's repeated pleading. The cave was a two-eye trick from school, but the three pals made the journey with laughter and never once felt tired. As they passed the railroad, Ter amused himself by shooting at the German supply trains with his slingshot, which was his only way of resistance. They climbed steep hills and finally reached the cave entrance. Ter lit a candle as always, almost like he was performing a ritual in the dark. Matchai followed Lambert into the cave, and Ter decided to scare her with some spooky stories along the way. But her smile only made him feel awkward. Trying to be cool, Ter actually blew out his candle, which not only made Matchai a bit scared, but even Lambert nervously called out to him. Together we stand, bravely facing. Finally, the three friends had to hold hands. They stumbled out of the cave, and only once outside did Ter let Matchai see the match he had held. This was how he proved his courage. The trio then became inseparable, and shortly after, Ter found Matchai was the bravest. Matchai could balance on thin wooden stumps, impressing Ter and Lambert beyond belief. She told Ter she wanted to participate in the Olympics, so she had to train hard. Matchai hoped that Ter would come to see her compete. Ter joked back, "Well, you better win that gold medal." On their way back, they were stopped by a German soldier. Ter didn't understand a word of German, and their discussion got quite heated. Matchai had to step in and hold Ter back, translating for Ter, "The Germans are capturing fugitives, and there's a resistance group nearby." Ter was a little surprised by Matchai's language skills. Upon hearing this, Ter dug at his nose and clumsily referred to Matchai's grandma as a German. But Matchai quickly interjected, insisting her grandma was not the kind of Germans you're talking about, and besides, not all Germans are bad. Lambert chimed in, agreeing with Matchai. Although they had an argument over this, None of them took it seriously to heart. When they returned home, they were shocked to see a few Germans had taken the town's pastor away. Ter hurriedly rushed home to tell his dad what happened. His dad's face turned serious upon hearing this, and he hastily went to check with the mayor. Regardless of the reason, Ter's dad hoped for mercy from the Germans. That night, Ter couldn't sleep a wink. Subtitles and a large group of German soldiers broke into the neighbor's house across the way. Seeing classmate Vance and his family taken, Ter hurried downstairs, hoping his dad would help. But his dad was powerless. The neighbors were hiding a Jewish person, and even the mayor was at a loss. The next day, Ter went to school, where the classmates were already buzzing with chatter. Some students said Vance's family was betrayed. Others, the mayor reported them deliberately. Ter doubted Lambert's dad was such a person.